Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to Lessons with Troy, the podcast. I'm your host, Troy Brenningmeyer. This week, I'm happy to welcome back Akaka for another episode of Hawaiian Steel Guitar Talk Story. This episode was originally recorded April 6th of 2016. We're going to kick off this episode with my performance of his arrangement of the song I'll Weave a Lay of Stars for You. If you want to learn how to play this song, we are offering the tablature, jam track, and performance track on my other site, onlinelessonvideos.com. Also, if you're interested in learning more about playing lap steel, dobro, Weissenborn, or pedal steel, be sure to check out my site, lessonswithtroy.com, where you'll find lots of downloadable video lessons and lots of free samples too. Right now, here's the song I'll Weave a Lay of Stars for You, followed by Talk Story with Akaka. Well, here we are back again for another episode of Hawaiian Steel Guitar Talk Story. Go ahead and make welcome all the way from Hawaii, Akaka.
Aloha, everyone. And Troy, how are you doing?
Aloha, Alan. I'm good. Well, what song do you have for us this week?
Well, this week I have a song that was written by R. Alex Anderson that is entitled "I'll Weave a Lay of Stars for You." And he was a master in poetry, writing songs, and it's when you listen to the words, they're so romantic. I'll weave a lay of stars for you. The metaphors in the songs are fantastic. To wear on nights like this, each time you wear my lay of stars, I'll greet you with a kiss. The moon is green with envy, or with jealousy, I'm sorry, and all the planets too. For when you wear my lay of stars, for when you wear my lay of stars. And then there's one more line after that. It just escaped me, but it's just I just it's interesting where although he was not Hawaiian as far as I know, he doesn't have any Hawaiian ancestry, but yet when he wrote, he used metaphors just like the Hawaiian poets used. Taking metaphors from nature.
Yeah.
The stars, the moon in this case. Otherwise, it would be the flowers. Something out there in nature, and it would be tied to someone, normally a female, sometimes a male. So a lay of stars. I mean, how romantic is that? Yeah. I mean, you could go to a lay stand and buy a lay of full of flowers easily, but who can get a lay of stars? Wow, that is something.
What year was this written? Any idea around what year?
I think in the 30s, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, let me do a quick check right now because I don't want to be a liar.
Yeah.
I let's see. I'll weave a lay of stars for you. Let's see. I'm sorry, 40s, 1948.
Nice. Okay.
So 1948, that was just right after the war. Now, R. Alex Anderson is a World War I veteran.
Okay.
So he fought. He fought in the European theater, and he was actually captured by the Germans. So he was able to escape and live to tell the story. So he escaped the prison, he escaped the Germans, and he got back to Hawaii and so on. And he could not only be a businessman, but also a poet and a composer. I can't imagine what would have happened if he never made it out of Germany alive.
Yeah.
Because he wrote so many songs after that. I mean, tons of songs. I mean, Melekalikimaka.
Oh, no
That
way.
is the most famous of all Hawaiian Christmas songs.
For sure, yeah.
And people can hum it. They may not know all the words, although the words are not difficult, but they can hum it. Haole Hula, which is still being performed today. Some others. What else? He wrote songs for his school. By the way, he graduated from the same school as President Obama.
Really? Well, that's interesting.
The name of the school is Punahou. So,
nice.
Fantastic school, really. I mean, a lot of. Well, Steve Case is also from Punahou. He was the CEO of AOL.
Oh yeah,
Steve Case. He's a Punahou graduate. And there are many others that went to Punahou that made their mark in business and government and so on. So, anyway, moving on. This song, Lay of Stars, I wrote in the key of E flat, and I'm using the C13 tuning.
Okay.
Now, the C13 tuning for a 6-string steel guitar is very similar to the C6 tuning. The one difference is the bottom string. Now, let me go over the C6 tuning. On the top string, or the highest note, would be E, then C, A, G, E, C.
Okay.
On the C13 tuning, it's E, C, A, G, E, and the B flat on the bottom. So if I can demonstrate this way,
sure.
The audience can hear what it's like. So you have your E for C6 tuning, C, A, G, E, and C. Okay, standard C6 tuning. Now, for the C13 tuning, I put that B flat string on the 7th. Now, the beauty of having that low B flat string is you get 7th chords. Those beautiful 7th chords that, if you listen to Hawaii Calls, you would have heard some introductions started like that, or the interludes while Webley Edwards would be talking about the islands or about the water temperature and the temperature in the air and so on and so forth, just to bring people over to the islands. So anyway, this tuning, I've been using this tuning for many years. Being that I had 8 strings, easy. And a lot of other well-known entertainers, steel guitars, use this C13 tuning as well. Gil Zassi was one of them, Barney Isaacs, and the list goes on and on and on. Jake Kili'ikoa was also a very fine steel guitarist who also played on Hawaii Calls way back when, before Barney Isaacs. And it was Gil Zassi and Jake Kili'ikoa. Then when Jake left, it was Gil Zassi and Barney Isaacs. But Jake not only played a 6-string steel guitar, and he would use a C13 with the B flat on the bottom rather than the C. And Jake Kili'ikoa himself was sort of like a pioneer. He was into swing, and he would sometimes play his steel guitar and try to emulate, say, a brass section in some of the things he did. And visiting jazz artists would come in and sit and listen to Jake play. Yeah, he had some interesting fills and so on. 6 strings, C13th. So this song, I'll Weave a Layer of Stars for You, it pretty much goes like this. So that's a melody itself. Now what I did in this tab is I use open strings. So again, this is in the key of E flat. So I did this. So that C string is open because that's a melody note. So I went from an E flat chord to a D7 chord. Now I can't say enough about connecting notes within a phrase, and I use 2 things. One, I use a patah from down here, 4th string, 3rd fret, all the way to the 10th fret, strings 2 and 3. That's basically what a patah is, yeah? So, slide up, mute, pick. So when you do it when you do it in real time, you try to hold the first note as long as possible and get quickly up to the second one, or point B's. From point A to point B, it's done so that the slide is kind of minimized, and if you don't pay attention, you won't even notice it. What you will notice is that it sounds well connected. So the second thing is connecting the double 10 on strings 2 and 3 to 7/6 on strings 2 and 3. They're not. No, they're not. But anytime you're playing a song, and songs are written in phrases or musical sentences. Whenever you're playing it, you want to connect the notes within the musical phrase. That's if you don't have articulation markings such as staccatos and TPs and so on. But you want to connect everything. It doesn't matter if it's rather than for this song that wouldn't work. Where the notes within the phrase are disjointed. So see how things are connected in there. Now, I want to bring out another point. When I went from double 10 on strings 2 and 3 to 7/6, notice as I was going down, I started to slant my bar little by little until I reached my destination. So it's a gradual slanting until I get to the 7/6. And I'm going to do it here again. So if I take it to the beginning, it's going to sound. Excuse me. And then I throw something that you'll hear in the B flat, in the C13 tuning. That's that 7th chord. All right. So anyway, connections are so very important. When you're playing, it doesn't matter the speed of the song. It's all very important. If you listen to other masters, it doesn't matter if it's in country, western swing, and so on. You can hear these connections. You can tell the difference between a novice who doesn't know how to connect versus a professional or just any other artist who knows how to connect all the notes. And it's like a string of pearls. Everything is well connected. And then like in any song that where a singer is singing all these lyrics, well, at some point in time they have to take a breath. It's the same thing that we do. It's called phrasing.
Okay.
So anyway, let me go on. After I do this, and then I have this. That you mute, because if you don't mute, it's not you're gonna have some extra notes in there that you don't want, and you can't have that because two of those notes are not in the chord, so you got to get rid of them by muting, and so on. Now at the end of the piece, I have a little rubato freeform section,
okay,
which is really nice. I'm gonna play at the very end. It goes like this, and this starts at the second ending. So, folks, you want to get this tab because it's a really nice arrangement of a beautiful song of a really romantic song. So this is the second ending. Then I put 2 slashes, which means breath mark, and then the freeform. And even though I didn't write and slide in there, I think you'll be able to figure out going from the 3s or the 3rd fret, from the 15th fret, the only thing you can do is slide there. And it says let ring 2. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great arrangement.
You enjoyed this. You really enjoyed this. Now, I understand you have a question for me.
Yeah, let me go ahead and read it. It's on Facebook, and also for the listeners or viewers, if you have a question, let us know. Me or Alan know on Facebook or wherever. But yeah, Sebastian from Berlin, he plays with a group called the Hula Hut, says, "Hi Troy, Sebastian from Berlin here. I really like the podcast you're doing with Alan. I have a question for him. Do you have any drills or exercises to work on for your intonation? Aloha," he says.
Well, first of all, I know Sebastian. Aloha, Sebastian. Love watching your videos and so on. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Why are you asking this question? Because from what I've heard on your videos, your intonation is fine. If it's a matter of if it's a matter of farming the right chords, if you're doing, say, a split bar, or if your vibrato is too wide, then not obviously you can narrow your vibrato. But I'm not sure what you're talking about. But let's see what I can do over here. As far as not hitting the right note, well, that's of course another technical problem, right? When you're doing like exercises, things like that, where you start spreading out, and you work on trying to get there at the right spot. Of course, that's a good comfortable tempo. But when you start going fast, yeah. And so on, it gets more difficult. But at least, you can kind of work up your chops doing that. And so on. As far as if you're not sure how to get something in tune, or if you're not in tune, well, one thing is you can pull out your little tuner. If it's slant, obviously you're not talking about a straight bar. You're talking about a slant, I would imagine. Okay, like if you're doing something, you can use a tuner. Here's another thing. I'm assuming that your strings are in tune. Or you know what? Better yet, let me grab a steel guitar which has a G tuning, which is what I think you're using. Okay, give me a moment. I'll be right back. Okay, so anyway, again, Sebastian, I'm not sure, you know exactly what you're having problems with as far as intonation. But if you're doing any kind of slants, one way is just get these notes in your ear. Or even So
Nice.
this is a regular G tuning.
So that's not like a dobro G tuning, right? Is that a low G?
Yeah. Yeah, this is. Anyway, yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, this is a fun tuning to fool around on.
Yeah, yeah. And then how do you apply? Do you? I mean, you use vibrato a lot, obviously, but I mean, is that kind of also used on slants to kind of make it blend a little bit more in tune too? Nice.
Yeah. What a great tuning, huh?
Yeah, yeah. And so that's from your lowest string. That's D.
No,
G.
this is well. This is a G. GBD.
Oh, okay. That is like a dobro tuning then. Okay.
GB. Although it sounds more Hawaiian, right?
Yeah, for some reason it sounds more Hawaiian.
It's the same tuning. Isn't that interesting, huh? Yeah, you know this. See, that's the thing about the steel guitar. You know, it can you can make it sound or you can what's the way of putting it? You know, it can play a number of different characters. It can play country, it can play bluegrass, it can play western swing, it can play jazz, it can play Japanese, it can play Indian classical, and of course Hawaiian. You know, it has many different voices, and then that's the cool thing about the steel guitar. You know, and it is an instrument. You know, the only modern day string instrument from Hawaii that actually has made an impact in many other genre. Other genre. So that's a real cool thing. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Well, very good. Well, I don't want to run you late on your next lesson here, so we should probably wrap it up. And
Okay.
Thanks so much.
Well, good. I enjoyed this, and I hope everybody enjoys I'll Weave a Live Stars for you.
Yeah, for sure. And thanks, Sebastian, for the question too. That was great.
Yeah. So keep on asking those questions. If I didn't answer your question, Sebastian, please maybe give me something a little more specific, okay? And we'll see if we can handle this or tackle this problem. Okay. Take care then.
Okay.
Aloha.
Thanks, Alan. Aloha.